Every now and then life throws you something that just stops you in your tracks. And for me, that moment came when I started learning what Islam actually teaches about Jesus. See, I grew up in a Christian household. I've been saying the name Jesus since before I could talk straight. But nobody ever told me that over 1 billion Muslims across the world love Jesus too. Not as some side figure, not as a chapter in history, but as one of the greatest messengers of God and a man who is going to return. So one day I'm sitting with a Muslim brother of mine and he says, "Steve, you know Jesus is coming back in Islam." And I laughed because I thought he was trying to joke. Then he opened the Quran and started explaining. And let me tell you, I didn't know whether to lean in or step back because what he told me was powerful. In Islam, Jesus is honored, respected, protected. They believe he was born through a miracle. They believe he spoke as a baby. They believe he healed the blind and the sick by God's permission. And they believe something else that hit me hard. They believe Jesus was never defeated. He was never abandoned. God raised him up. And they believe he is coming back not as a symbol of pain, but as a symbol of justice, truth, and unity. Now, when I heard that, I thought, hold on. Christians and Muslims been arguing for centuries, but here's something both sides actually agree on. Jesus is coming back. And in Islam, his return isn't just a prophecy. It's a promise. A promise that one day truth is going to stand tall again. A promise that the world will see peace again. A promise that the lies and the injustice that we see today will not be the final chapter. You know what touched me most? Muslims believe Jesus will come back and stand with the believers. He's not coming to start a new religion. He's coming to fix what human beings broke. He's coming to clean up the mess we made. He's coming to bring justice where there's corruption, light where there's darkness, and unity where there's division. And man, if that doesn't give you hope, I don't know what will. Let me tell you something about faith. Sometimes you think you know it all because of where you were raised or what you were taught. But life has a way of humbling you. Life will show you that God's plan is bigger than your denomination, bigger than your identity, bigger than your background. When you really pay attention, you realize different faiths share more than we think. And sometimes the bridge between people is one truth away. So when I heard the Islamic story of Jesus returning, it made me step back and think, not about religion battles, not about differences, but about the message. A world where justice rises again. A world where truth has no fear. A world where love outshines hate. A world where humanity gets another chance. And if Jesus returning means we move one step closer to that world, then that's something worth talking about. At the end of the day, here's what I learned. You don't grow by rejecting what you don't know. You grow by listening. You grow by learning. You grow by understanding. And when you really listen to what Islam says about Jesus, you don't walk away confused. You walk away inspired. Because no matter where you come from, we all want a world filled with peace, truth, and hope. And maybe that's exactly why Jesus is a bridge between us.